Hello everyone. The book that I am reading this week is called Ninita's Big World. And this is the true story of a deaf pygmy marmoset. Now someone who is deaf means that they cannot hear. And a pygmy marmoset, you might be wondering what that is, and we're going to find out as soon as our story begins. It says, "This is Ninita, a pygmy marmoset. Pygmy marmosets are the smallest monkeys in the world. But that's not all that makes Ninita special. When Ninita was born, she opened her eyes for the first time and saw beautiful trees, ferns, and flowers. She smelled sweet orange blossoms and the musk of her mother's fur. She yawned and tasted warm air on her tongue. But she couldn't hear the squawking parrots on the branches overhead. She couldn't hear the hum of mosquitoes and dragonflies. She couldn't even hear her parents' voices. Ninita was born deaf. Ninita was scared. She didn't know how to find food for herself or how to groom her fur. She saw other marmosets scurrying around the nature sanctuary, but she couldn't understand what they were trying to tell her. And she didn't know how to ask for help. Ninita felt so alone. But then something wonderful happened. Kind humans brought Ninita inside, and she found herself in a cozy new nest of her very own. She even got a cuddly toy that kept her warm. Ninita didn't need to hear the voices of her human friends to know she was safe now. Love wasn't a sound. It was warm blankets and ropes to climb on. Every day, someone groomed her pretty fur with a toothbrush. The bristles felt just like a mother's claws. Ninita loved her toothbrush massages. Ninita also loved to eat. She saw the other marmosets happily nibbling on bugs and lizards, but she liked smooth yogurt and lumpy rice pudding. Fluffy whipped cream was her favorite. When she wasn't gobbling down tasty sweets, curious Ninita scurried and hopped through her new surroundings. Every table was a mountain to be climbed. Every smell was an invitation to adventure. Some days, Ninita was a treasure hunter, always spotting something new and shiny with her sharp eyes. She was a brave explorer, getting lost in tall grasses and peeking inside dark and spooky caves. Sometimes when she followed her nose to interesting new places, Ninita wished she had a marmoset friend to share in her adventures, but she couldn't hear the other marmosets inviting her to play. As Ninita grew up, the world outside still looked huge, bursting with new things to discover. And one day, it was time to trade in her old nest for a bigger, better one. But there was someone else in the new nest already, another pygmy marmoset who was almost as little as she was. Ninita wasn't sure what to think of Mr. Big. At first, he moved his mouth a lot, but she couldn't understand him. Then Mr. Big sat beside Ninita in her favorite flower pot. Without ever hearing his voice, Ninita understood what he was telling her. He wanted to be her friend. Soon, Ninita realized that her new friend liked to do all the things she did. Eat, climb on things, and play. And while Ninita couldn't hear his chatter or whisper secrets to him, she could climb as high as he could and jump just as fast. Ninita's world would always be silent, but that meant she noticed things the other marmosets often missed, like colorful creatures, even smaller than she. Ninita still liked to swing in and check on her human friends from time to time, and she still loved her toothbrush more than anything else. But she was the happiest when she was outside exploring with Mr. Big, the marmoset friend she'd always wanted. Now love is a shared treat and napping in the same hammock. There's a big world surrounding Ninita's new nest, and she's ready to climb, see, and taste it all. As long as she can still curl up with her toothbrush at the end of the day. And at the beginning, remember this book said it was a true story. So Ninita is a real marmoset monkey. So I thought I'd show you her real picture there and read a couple fun facts about her. It says Ninita means little girl in Spanish, and it's fitting for such a tiny creature. As a baby, Ninita was smaller than a person's thumb. As a full-grown marmoset, she still fits easily in the palm of a person's hand and weighs only about as much as 15 jelly beans. She lives at the Rare Species Conservatory Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization in Florida. And if you would like to learn a few more things about pygmy marmosets, they have some fun facts at the end of the book. It says that pygmy marmosets can live up to 12 years in the wild and 18 years if they're in the zoo. It says that pygmy marmosets have super sharp teeth for gouging holes in the trees they climb. They drink the tree sap for a delicious meal. During its lifetime, a marmoset might make hundreds of holes in the same tree. They also eat butterflies, lizards, worms, fruit, and veggies. It says a pygmy marmoset's tail is longer than its body. This helps them keep their balance when they swing and climb. Another interesting fact I thought was that it says pygmy marmosets make faces to express emotions, such as surprise, happiness, and fear. Just like humans, they move their lips and eyes to show how they're feeling. So I hope you enjoyed learning a few things about pygmy marmosets, as well as hearing Ninita's true story. We'll see you guys next time.